All right, so if you guys have been watching the Facebook, I did put a picture up earlier of our girl Athena doing tub time. When we got her, she had some pretty nasty stuck shed on the back of her tail. So right now we're working on getting that off so she feels better. I mean, she's obviously very healthy weight. Everything else is great except for the stuck shed. So she's been taking these baths. And then we rub mineral oil on the tail to try and loosen up that stuck shed without pulling it and hurting her. So right now, her counterpart is still in the enclosure, but she's getting her spa treatment and getting to soak in a nice warm tub of water. As you can see, she's really enjoying it. She usually just kind of falls asleep. Yeah, I think her eye is closed, so she's just napping and soaking and enjoying life. All right, so baby girl is out of the tub. And we have some mineral oil on this paper towel. And now we're oiling our tegu. Again, we're trying to get all that nasty, crusty, stuck shed off. And it just comes flaking off when we rub. You can see a couple little bits of flaked shed there on the paper towel. And we just put a little bit of mineral oil on that. And then we rub down her tail. And we're going to do this every night for probably about a week to make sure that the whole thing is properly shedded off. Because we don't want her, we can still see there's a little bit of like crustiness there. And you know, we're just going to have to work with it. I think there's some that's getting ready to peel off on the underside. So we're just going to have to work with it. Yep, see there's some skin on my finger there. And we're just going to have to work with it and work with her and try and get this tail where it needs to be. Because if we can't, within about a week, it'll probably end in a vet visit to make sure we get all that stuck shed off so her tail stays nice and healthy. But right now, it's looking really good. We've made a lot of progress in a short amount of time. So hopefully we can just do it on our own. But we'll have to see. So yeah, we're going to keep working on her and getting her all better. All right. So this was what happened at the Reptile Expo yesterday. This has been on my short list of if I ever see one at a show, I'm going to buy it. And if you can't tell what it is, this is Figment the Frilled Dragon. We can do a full care guide on this if that's something you guys want to see. These guys are very similar to bearded dragons in many ways, but they're also different in other ways. He likes basking under the light. These guys climb a lot more than bearded dragons, so they do need a lot of climbing enrichment. I have some vines actually on the way. They also require a little more humidity than the bearded dragons. Heat requirements are about the same. But these guys are, I've got cypress mulch. I've got a basking spot underneath the light that gets a little bit warmer, just in case wants to bask. I got some plants for hiding. And this little cutie is just pretty darn amazing. I'm getting him used to us. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked to have this finally. So meet Figment. You will see more in the future. And like I said, if you guys want a complete care guide, just let us know in the comments and we'll be glad to do that. All right, guys. So we walked you through one enclosure build. Well, now we're starting another one. What used to be the Fetzer's Fine Jewelry display case is going to be a frog tank. So Jason's already started this. He's taped the sides. These are actually going to end up being clear glass. And then we did a flex seal on the back and on the bottom. So that eventually, and he's getting in here to do something. Oh, yep, there you see, there's the glass. We're going to foam in some cork bark and do all kinds of cool stuff with this. But this is going to be a giant tree frog and gecko enclosure. Hoping to get some morning geckos, some flying geckos. So this is step one. This was just a jewelry display case. So step one was the flex sealing. We're obviously going to cover up the Fetzer's fine jewelry. And we're going to have this looking completely different and totally outfitted for pretty awesome jungle frog setup. We also have another case over here that we're going to be working on, not for ourselves. This one's going to be open for sale once we get it done. So that'll be a pretty cool project too. But right now we're focusing on this one for ourselves, and I can't wait to show you guys the finished product. So right now we are getting our little guy Tater, which I know I've gotten a lot of comments on him and how much people love him. He's a little messy eater right now. Yeah, he's got his I don't know, slurry all over himself. These guys, the challenge we're having with them is there isn't that much known about them. They're fairly new on the scene as far as being captively kept. And I mean, you can see this guy is wild caught, unfortunately. They are all wild caught. Look who's photobombing in the background. But they are wild caught. So there's, like, to my knowledge, no one in the U.S. breeding them. So these guys are from the Sahara Desert. They like it hot. They like to bury themselves in sand. The cool thing I love about these guys is you can see their ears have flaps over them. So as they burrow through the sand, those flaps protect their ears from sand getting up in there. And like, cause they go through them like front ways, then yeah, the sand won't get up in there. So, I mean, they're designed really well for where they live. But they are like the most docile, sweet, trusting, loving little skinks. Like, he comes out of the wild just like this, like ready to just chill. So as far as diet goes, that can be one of the most difficult things when you're dealing with these guys, as far as just trying to get them to eat. I put crickets in with him. I think he eats some of them, but not enough. So the thing that I found that he likes the most... What are you doing? Where are you going? Where are you going? The thing that he likes the most, it seems to be, I make a slurry of Repashy and dog food and crested gecko food. And he like laps it up like crazy. And you can see here, does not look appetizing, guys. But that's about the only thing I can get him to eat willingly. I was syringe feeding him for a long time. And now I finally got him to the point where he'll eat this off of a spoon for me. So I make sure he's eating, make sure he's healthy. He doesn't seem to, you know, have any parasites. He's really healthy, clear eyes, no issues with his skin. He's just got a messy face right now. But they are a great pet, like, because they're meaty enough that, you know, you don't have to worry about hurting them when you handle. They're not bitey. They're not flighty. I say that, and he's been a wiggle worm tonight, but this is about the most active I've ever seen him outside his tank. Oh, he's finding a good place to hide. They do like to burrow. They burrow most of their day away until you handle them. But they don't seem to get stressed by handling. They just kind of take everything in stride. So I love this guy. I highly recommend them. It just stinks that the only trade we have in them right now is wild caught. And I would love if somebody could figure out how to captive breed these, because I know they would take off like crazy. But yep, he's my little grilled sausage, and I love him to pieces. Bearded dragons eating is like one of my favorite things ever. We're going to watch little dude nom. So this is Clyde. He is our newest bearded dragon. And he is the German Giant Hypo Red Trans Leatherback. He has all the things going genetically. But I just love watching him eat. Now I scared him. He's like, well, hey. He's like, you'll make these calories count, Mom. But we got to see a little bit of his nomming. He might be full. He had a lot. Right now, he's on black soldier fly larva, which is one of the best things you can feed a juvenile bearded dragon. They don't require phytodusting. Oh, I thought he was going to go for one, but nope. He's just going to be a crazy boy. He's just going to be a crazy boy. But yeah, the black soldier fly larvae are nutritionally complete within themselves. You don't have to dust. And as long as your little dragon finds them palatable, it's probably the best protein source you can give them. I was hoping he'd nom a couple more. And I'm probably making him nervous. I always make him nervous when I put the camera on him while they're eating. But he's been growing and shedding, and he's just been a healthy little dude, and we've been real happy with him. So that is Mr. Clyde.
All right, stop. Before you click off, I just want to say thank you so much for us finally being able to reach 100 subscribers. It is truly great that you guys are out there watching it and enjoying the content. Our views have also been going up quite a bit as well. So once again, we really appreciate that, and we hope that you continue to give us the support, and we're pushing out better and better content as season 1 progresses on and into season 2 and further into the show. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, I keep forgetting to mention, we did have a Patreon subscriber. His name is Leo Pepple, and we appreciate him for being the first one. So now you can search us up on Patreon, and yeah, that's pretty cool. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.